So we're out here checking on the farm tonight. We have a freeze coming, not a frost, a freeze. I'm Holly.
Drew here.
I'm Jerry.
And a few nights have been cold, but we almost had a frost a while back, and we're just in October. And I was surprised because in Texas you usually don't get a frost until November or mid to late November. Let me get him. That is a horned hornworm. Yes, we know they're bad.
Well, we got a freeze coming in a few days. So we know by Saturday we're going to be pulling all these jalapenos and peppers. We got a good supply. They're leaning over the plant, as you can see. They're in here, but it looks like they're not going to get this last production. So we got some nice purple ones here. I want to show those off. We're always proud of these. These are good looking peppers. They're going to be small, but we got to take what we can get.
Our theory might have worked. We were getting the production. We're just not going to get the length of time that we needed to produce. They did produce. They did not do well. They weren't big. They were really small.
Summer.
The heat got
killed us.
The heat definitely got these. So.
That one's going to have to be cut out of that gate here. She's grown into it. A few little for the winter time. Texas is the new Yugoslavia. Just kidding. Let's go get some peppers. Well, summer's over.
Today I am finishing up on the peppers that we just harvested. I'm making cowboy candy. Got a couple buckets of that to go. Not sure how many pints I'll get, but I will do a video so people can do the cowboy candy if they like. For the anchovies, I put it in this, which is a dehydrator. It does take a lot longer to dehydrate in these. However, I do enjoy doing them because you could just kind of put it out there and forget it. As long as it doesn't rain, you just have to remember if it rains, you have to go get it. So I put mine under a tree and it stays out there for as long as I need it to. I just keep checking on it periodically. And once they get to the consistency that I want, if they're dry enough, then I will bring them in and break them down and make them into a powder for our chili for the winter and for whenever we need more. So I did get about a 3-gallon bucket of anchovies. So that's what I'll be dehydrating and making our chili powder out of. Dehydrator thingies for around 25 to 30 bucks on Amazon. This one I've had for a year or two, and it does really well. This is a 6-layer one, so they can hold a lot. And like I say, you just set them outside, hang it up, and just make sure it doesn't rain on it. But I find a limb like so, small enough to wrap around, and I hang it out here, and I'll show you the process. And it just Velcros right here, so it's quite easy, and it does hold. It's right here underneath this tree. So yay for the peppers. We got the dehydrated anchovies going, and then we have our cowboy candy going. We have around 5 gallons, I believe, of the jalapenos to put in the cowboy candy. So what I'm doing here is, because we harvested with lots of, because we harvested and it was freezing outside, I have to separate the leaves from around the jalapenos.
So I'm trying to get all the leaves off and get them separated out here. That way they end up like this, and then we'll wash them. And these are all just peppers. So that's the process.
In the kitchen today, doing the candied jalapenos. So all the jalapenos that we harvested from the farm is now going into candied jalapenos. Here's the ingredients list. I add extra red pepper flakes to ours with 1 teaspoon added in just for extra spice. You can do it or eliminate it. Either way, doesn't matter. It'll still turn out great. This is the jalapenos that I'm cooking down inside the syrup. So I will cook them down so that they kind of mush down and they're not so firm in the jar. That way you can pack more in. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to put those in the jars. I cook them down about 5 minutes. You'll notice them shrinking down. So I just use that as a sign of when to do it as they shrink down. But I do it 5 to 7 minutes on a medium heat. Don't forget to always rub your vinegar around the rim. I will be doing that in a minute. You will see it after I put the syrup in. Just in case I'm the one to tell you, you need about an inch and a half of water above your jars. You fill up your pot. I have this little thing right here that sits down in there and holds the jars. And I put them down in that, and I set that down in there. Then you bring your water to a rolling boil. Then you start your timer for 15 minutes. At least here in Texas. Be sure and check your canning guidelines to know how you should can. I have now completed, yay me. We are done and completely finished with Cowboy candy. It is canned and ready for consumption. Actually, it's not ready for consumption. It will be ready for consumption in about 2 weeks. So it is finished. These are the jalapenos from our garden. This week I've been busy. I have done apple. I have canned apples. I have canned oranges. Mandarin oranges. I ended up with 7 of these, which really isn't that much. You would think there would be more, but once you get the jalapenos cut up and put down and cooked into their syrup, they just kind of go down a little bit. But in the end, we ended up with a great amount for us. Hopefully we'll have a lot more next year, but we'll take what we can get. The oranges look great. It's the first time I've ever canned oranges or apples. So I'm excited to try those in the future. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time here on the farm.